Look at that intro. What an intro, am I right? I'm just joking. My name is Mio Eriksson. I am a 15-year-old teenager living in Norway. I am the owner and CEO of Eriksson Media, which you can definitely search up, eriksmedia.no, and you can see a little bit more of what I do and offer. Essentially, Eriksson Media is a marketing company or a digital marketing agency, as as I originally found it, called SMMA, Social Media Marketing Agency, and I've really just expanded out from that and learned as much as I can these past 3 months. You could say I've been learning the past 3 years, as I started my first business when I was about 12 years old, now 15. But of course, that wasn't really a business. I did invest way too much money, really, so I won't really be saying that. But I have said it in other videos, and essentially, I've learned a lot through these years. I've made a lot of very bad businesses, but I have learned and I have failed, and I have learned from the failures. Today, I wish to talk about a quote I think about a lot in my days, which is the quote. You probably read it in the title. You can say it with me: "Burn your boats." This is the episode 4 out of infinite. I'm just joking. Out of something, and essentially, as you saw in the intro, this series or podcast is called The Step, because I am a strong believer of how really the only thing you should invest your time in is the step you're doing now, or the next step, kind of. Just imagine yourself walking this path of a millionaire, you could say, of a entrepreneur. You're taking this step very slowly, and this is where you are at all times. When you have landed, you're done, you have made it. You just have to take that full step, and you have to figure out how to take the step, kind of. So, burn your boats. What does it really mean? Burn your boats is originally from, or it's a quote from Julius Caesar in 50 years before Christ, which what Julius did is he and his army were crossing a river called Rubicon, which is a river connecting to Rome, and they were going to attack Rome. So what they did is they got on their boats and sailed over Rubicon and landed in Rome. And something Julius Caesar did and knew is that he knew that a few of his kind of warriors were going to, you can call it, chicken out, kind of. He knew that some of his warriors would try to leave on, for example, the boats. So what he did is he burned the boats when they had kind of gone off into Rome, and that made it so that his warriors or his army only had one option to succeed. That's the thing. They only had one option. No other option was available at that time for them. They could either try to run away and die, or they could fight as hard as they could and maybe live. And of course, they wanted to live. So therefore, they tried fighting, and they did succeed, at least some of them. And that's something that made Julius Caesar, you could say, the legend he is today. Is still one of the biggest war, you could say, heroes. He's not really a hero, he's one of the biggest war leaders in the whole world, together with people like Napoleon. And that's something I think about a lot. Burning your boats, kind of, you have to eliminate every single way of kind of an exit. You can only leave one point, and that point has to be going forward and succeeding. I myself have no clear kind of examples I can give you, but my time investments, I could say that's a way of me burning my boats, kind of. Because I have kind of spent around 2.5 months really concentrated. I have been in these 2.5 months. I have been so focused on exactly what I'm supposed to do. For example, in my everyday school days, I spend about 5 to 7 hours a day in the weeks in school, and then I use the rest 6 to 8 days after school to do only one thing, and that is grow my business and do as much as I can to grow in the smartest way possible. In my opinion, of course, I don't know what is really the smartest way possible, as I can look into the future, but what I believe is the smartest way possible. So essentially, I have been I have spent now 2.5 months really concentrated, investing all of my time and effort, and then this means that I cannot tomorrow just say, "No, I'm quitting this," because I have already invested so much time, and if I just said that I'm done, that would just be wasted time, and that's my way of burning my boats. Another very, call it, strong or popular way of burning your boats, as many people view it, is, for example, if you're studying, dropping out of school or high school, or kind of dropping out of school. That's a very easy way to burn your boats. Because if you're starting a business and school is holding you back, then you quit school, you get that extra time, and you have no. If you now fail owning that business, you will fail in life. Kind of, you will just have to, you say, live on the streets. But that does force you to work out harder, because you can only imagine two options. The one option is you not succeeding because you haven't worked enough, and then if you don't work enough, you can't have anything. But then the other option is you succeeding, because there is only a 50-50. You can't go just back. You can't just go back to where you began, kind of. Where I am now, I've only invested kind of, you can say I've invested 3 years about, because I started my first business when I was 12, but I've been spending the last 2.5 months really concentrating on this, and that's essentially my way of burning boats, as I said. So yeah, that's really it. If you as a viewer ever doubt starting a business, or you wish to kind of become a entrepreneur, or just own anything to kind of try to become something great in the future, I definitely believe you can become something great in the future. The world economy is really only growing, and there will always be kind of enough money for you to get a lot of it. I do not remember the numbers. I could search it up, but I won't. I believe it's something like about 1,000. There is kind of born into this world, not born. There are 8,000 people in this world today, or every day, are becoming millionaires. And I'm not talking about earning millions. For example, Jeff Bezos, you could say he's earning many millions a day. But I'm talking about everyday, not everyday people, but people in this world I believe it's something like 1,000 new people in this world become millionaires. If you give me 1 second, I will actually search it up as I have a search motor right here. Okay, let's see. So yeah, in the United States of America, reports suggest that approximately 1,700 Americans become millionaires every day. 1,700. Why cannot you be one of them? In, let's see. Yeah, okay, so in global perspective, in 2022, there were about 59.4 millionaires. No, wait. 59.4 million millionaires globally. So, and this is a number projected to rise to 86 million by 2027. I'm sorry, 86 million. 86 million in the year 2027. How easy would it be for you to become one of let's see, yeah, 86 million in 2027? That's not very hard if you think about it. Kind of. Of course, there's I believe there's 8 billion people, I think, on this earth. That's a lot compared to 89 million, but still, becoming a millionaire, it will solve kind of all of your problems, and that's definitely something you can accomplish, you know. So in my opinion, you should just burn your boats, remove all ways of kind of exit of going back, just have one option, and that is to move forward. If you can move forward, you can achieve something great, and you need to remember that every day. Burn your boats. Don't let anyone kind of make you go off this path that you are willing to go now. And if you are willing to go this and you kind of, if you are going this route right now or have just started, I would just definitely recommend you sending me a email at mio@ericsmedia.no, and it's in my YouTube channel bio. And if you send me an email, I can review your website. I can give you some personal tips if you want it. Of course, I'm only 15. I can't really teach you anything, but I will definitely try my very, very best. And I can review it. I can look at your offer. I can look at your website, and I have some knowledge at least in this business world, as I have been studying it kind of for 3 years. But I would say I've been really, really, really studying it for the past 2.5 months, and I have no option to stop right now, as I have already invested so much. Yeah, that's it. I hope you have a very, very wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.